Now people will have absolutely no way to defend themselves and they'll just be forced to comply. Welcome back. Be sure to subscribe. Let's get right to it. First topic. Elon went on Brett Baier on Fox News and told us about some more insane government waste. This might be the craziest. Go ahead, take a look at the clip.
For you, what's the most astonishing thing you've found out in this process?
The sheer amount of waste and fraud in the government. It is astonishing. It's mind-blowing. We routinely encounter wastes of $1 billion or more, casually. For example, like the simple survey that was literally 10-question survey that you could do with SurveyMonkey, cost you about $10,000. The government was being charged almost $1 billion for that.
For just the survey?
$1 billion for a simple online survey. Do you like the national park? And then there appeared to be no feedback loop for what would be done with that survey. So the survey would just go into nothing.
So how does the government even get to the point where they're paying $1 billion for a survey that should cost 10 grand? And the survey doesn't even go anywhere. Like, it just goes off into the ether of nothing, basically. See, we've all known for a long time that, like the government, they spend about 10 grand on a hammer and about 5 grand on a screw, and it's just sickening that we all knew it, but for it to actually be presented to us in this manner of like oh yeah, like, did you know that $1 billion went to this stupid survey about like some national park or something? And the results didn't even go to anybody. They just got lost in the ether. When it's really put in front of your face like that, it's like, wow, God, what has the government been doing? And like, who's been in charge? And just how did they let it get to the point where we're paying $1 billion fucking dollars for one stupid survey? God, if it weren't for Elon, I swear, and Trump, the whole Trump-Elon team is just, it could be the most revolutionary team in the history of America, since its inception, right? It's insane that this stuff is actually happening and Trump and Elon are doing the damn thing and like potentially gonna just completely overhaul all this bullshit spending and corruption. It truly is a beautiful thing, and if it weren't for Trump, it just probably would have never happened. He's the one guy in the world who could do this, and wow, we're finally seeing the benefits of it, and it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. All these people who are like, if you're still somebody claiming that, oh my God, what is Elon doing? He's ruining the government. He's overthrowing the government and making himself. No, just shut the fuck up and let Elon do his job so we can get rid of people spending $1 billion on some stupid damn survey. But all right, let's get to the next topic. The Ontario Premier, I believe that's what they call themselves over there in Canada, Doug Ford, apparently wants Americans to feel pain. Go ahead, roll the clip.
But I can assure you one thing. We're going to make sure that we inflict as much pain as possible to the American people without inflicting pain on the Canadian population.
Yeah, all right, Canada. If you're going to start making threats like that where you want Americans to feel pain, and you're going to be that brazen about it, Trump just needs to go full 51st state mode on Canada and just say, yeah, we're going to crush you, okay? If you're going to be making comments like, because Trump, definitely after the Zelensky interview, when the guy's like, oh, you'll feel it here, you'll feel it, and Trump's like, no, you're not going to tell us what we're going to feel. Yeah, so Trump doesn't take too kindly to people telling him that, oh, Americans are going to be feeling anything, right? Trump knows we don't feel anything unless it's an American issue, like Canada certainly ain't gonna make us feel anything. But yeah, Trump needs to go full 51st state mode. We're crushing them now and just moving them along to where they know that yes, we've been crushed to the point where we were bending the knee and we're going full 51st state. We get it. It's just never gonna happen unless we have you, basically controlling us now. So Canada, just get ready. It's basically going to happen, especially after, people are making stupid comments like that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But hey, it's the trade war, right? Please, Canada, please. 51st state. That's it. But all right, let's get to the next topic. So Las Vegas Police Department have announced that they officially have caught a Tesla vandal, Paul Kim. Now, see, these people need to be made a total, example of. Usually, I'm not really a fan of making an example of people in the judicial system, but these types of morons that are just going basically full on, like domestic terrorist on Tesla and just ruining people's cars that really don't even have a dog in the fight. They just like Tesla, and just anybody who would go firebomb cars or a dealership, it's like, yeah, that's the type of dude that needs to be made an example out of. Give the guy 20 years so everybody knows that, yeah, no, we're not playing this game. You do this stupid crap, you go vandalize a Tesla or you go firebomb anything, basically. You're getting 20 years, dude. The whole BLM movement where they were out firebombing places and they just completely got off because it would have been racist to even do any charges after a George Floyding. It's just, we've already seen this. We're done with it. And yeah, 20 years, boom, you're done. We won't be seeing you for a while, basically. You went and go firebomb a Tesla. Yeah, okay. You're gone. You're gone. But all right, let's get to the next topic. Apparently, the UK has a ninja sword problem. Go ahead, take a look at the clip.
We begin with breaking news. The government has banned ninja swords 3 years after the death of 16-year-old Ronan Kanda. It will be illegal to possess, sell, make or import the weapon from the summer, with anyone caught with a ninja sword potentially facing 6 months in prison. The ban is part of measures known as Ronan's Law, which also requires retailers to report bulk or suspicious sales to police and an increase to jail sentences for selling weapons to children. The Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, said it's part of a wider mission to try and keep children safe.
Yeah, so first of all, I don't even know, what even constitutes a ninja sword? That's basically just it's like not even a real term, It's like, that falls under the category of a ninja sword, Well, what? So any sort of blade over like 5 inches, that's a ninja sword at this point. So basically, they're going to be just pulling people over and arresting people that have just any sort of knife that looks like it could be threatening, basically. It's like, oh, yeah, it's almost like if they're like, oh, we're doing a ban in America on assault weapons. And then it's like, oh, well, what constitutes an assault weapon? Well, any weapon that has a trigger and a barrel is now considered an assault weapon. So yeah, any sort of banning like this, come on, a ninja sword or a knife, come on, how pussy do you gotta be to ban? You don't got a ninja sword problem, you have a Pakistani, Middle Eastern refugee problem, right? You're letting all these migrants in and you think they're just gonna give up their ninja swords and they're not gonna be able to get ninja swords. It's the same thing with here in America. Oh, we want the Americans to give up their guns, but the gangsters, who's going to make the gangsters give up their, so just the UK is just so far lost and they're losing their country and they're going to be, a whole Islamic state here pretty soon. So this will probably just make it happen a lot faster because now people will have absolutely no way to defend themselves and they'll just be forced to comply with basically anything that they want them to comply with, which is all pretty much you're going Sharia law and, you're going to be learning about Sharia law in school, basically. That's what it's going for the UK. And it's unfortunate, but hey, they did it to themselves and now this whole ninja sword ban is just going to make it go even faster. But all right, that's it for today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll be seeing you.